When it comes to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, I pledge to complete every... Hold on. No, we're not doing that one. When it comes to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, I pledge to slay Bloodbath Diablo solo with every single weapon so I can become an Omni Hunter. We're back in the sands.
In the sands, got his swags, got his classy. Went the distance, now he's back for GU. Just a man and his thirst for the hunt. So many times it happened too fast. You settle for just one weapon. What do I pick? Don't lose your grip from the cards of the past. Pick your quest, gear up for the fight. It's the eye of the hunter, it's the chill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. He'll become Omni Hunter or get wrecked while trying. And he's fighting the beast with the eye of the hunter.
Welcome back, Hunters. It is a pleasure to be back here with a new Monster Hunter game for me and to jump right into an entirely new pledge to slay Bloodbath Diablo solo with every weapon the game has to offer. This is a pledge I spent a lot of time thinking about, and I want to share more details as to why I'm doing this, why it's important to me, and what you can expect in the coming months as I try to level up to the next stage as a hunter. So if you've been following me for a while, ever since I started Monster Hunter, my very first pledge around Monster Hunter was to complete Monster Hunter World, and really that was just to give the game a chance. Where I see my real pledge was when I decided to go after all the black dragons. I'm pretty sure that was what my pledge was. And that pledge forced me to level up as a hunter, to really become what a hunter is supposed to be in this game. I went from noob to someone who's pretty good at playing with a switch axe in Monster Hunter World. And then after that, I kind of stumbled around in my pledges. They were all a little bit weird. In 3U, it was to slay all monsters, which was all right. 4U was to slay all the Fatalis, which was all right. And then Rise Sunbreak was to complete all quests, which that's still cooking. We're still working on that. The point is, these other Monster Hunter pledges, while they were fun, I never felt like they captured the true spirit of a hunter trying to become better. And so when I reflected as what is the next step for me, I can't really say I am a novice anymore. I'm definitely a veteran of the game. I'm not like a pro at it. I'm not great at it. I do a lot of dumb things. But I've lost that naiveness of being a little baby new hunter. So what is the natural progression for someone who has soloed Fatalis in Monster Hunter World Iceborne? And I realized, this is kind of bad, but playing Monster Hunter now, a game that I know many of you refuse to play and do not like playing. When I play it, I dabble with the other weapons, and it made me appreciate how to fight things in a whole different way that I'm just like, oh, I gotta rethink how I'm fighting when I use this weapon. And that made me go, I am missing a lot of gameplay from Monster Hunter because when you fight all the monsters with one weapon, you view them through a certain lens. And when you fight them with a different weapon, it's a whole different perspective and a whole different way of noticing the monsters. So with the switch axe, for example, it's all about, maneuvering and positioning. And in Monster Hunter Now, for example, I play pretty frequently with a longsword. And I only recently learned that you're supposed to, the meat and potatoes of the longsword is to parry. And I was like, oh, I can do this in Monster Hunter Now. And now I'm actually looking for key attacks in the monster to know when I trigger my parry. And it completely changed. I was like, what if I unlocked this ability and I could become so proficient in all of the weapons, I could call myself an Omni Hunter. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. And it sounds like a good challenge. And I was like, well, what does that mean? How can I prove that I am good at playing with these weapons? And I was like, well, what's a hard monster to prove myself against? I don't know what the final boss of Monster GU is. And I've heard Gaijin Hunter go on and on about this one specific monster that I think is unique to Generations Ultimate called Bloodbath Diablos. And to me, the Diablos is so iconic. It was my very first wall in Monster Hunter. So now that there is this like deviant version of it that is supposed to be super hard, I'm like, if I can slay that with every weapon, that's going to prove to me, and maybe to some of you, that I know what I'm doing with these weapons. And it sounds really crazy. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. It doesn't sound impossible. It just sounds hard. And it feels like the right blend. Now, every pledge needs some spice. And so the spice is 2-tiered. How am I going to master whatever, 15, 16 weapons? I will do it by rotating every 3 hunts. I'm going to change my weapon. Now, the way I said that is very key. So every 3 hunt attempts is when I change my weapon. So if I'm going up against a monster with a switch axe and I fail that hunt 3 times, I gotta switch my weapon. If I kill a monster once, I kill another monster second time, I kill a monster a third time, I gotta switch my weapon. So that is constantly going to force me to be changing and adapting my tactics. And it's gonna force me to constantly have to grind out new weapons, which is going to be interesting. Now, I know in Generations Ultimate, there are styles from what I've heard. I know nothing about it. I am not dabbling my pledge with the styles. I will definitely try a bunch of them and figure out what I like, but I'm not pledging. I am not pledging to do all the styles of all the weapons, and that's just crazy. And then the spice you get to bring to the stream if you're able to join me. I'm still fleshing this out, but we are going to have a help or hinder system, which is going to allow you to use either the cringe coins, which you get by viewing the Twitch stream, or if you want to donate, to either help me or hinder me. Helping can come in the ways of giving me, removing a hinder. So a hinder could be, you can't wear, I don't know, a hat armor. You can't wear this armor, or you have to use this specific weapon for this specific hunt. You have to go in naked. Those are the types of hinder. You can't use this specific item. You can't block. You can't hit the A button. Whereas the help, honestly, I think the help is just going to be to offset the hinder for anyone who has pity on me. When does the pledge start? It actually starts today over on twitch.tv/HJOfficial. If you are not watching this the day that the video has landed, you're late. You head over to the Twitch and catch up, or just watch the other journals that have already released. As I usually do with all my pledges, I will be documenting my journey on GU here on this YouTube channel. So I will be streaming Tuesday, Thursday to start, twice a week, maybe 3 times a week even. And as I make progress, I'm going to document my experience, my thoughts around the weapons, the monsters, and we're just going to have a good time. There's going to be some solo play. There's going to be a lot of multiplayer play. For low rank, the help and hinder system will not be in place. It's going to give us some time to flesh it out. It will give me some time to appreciate the game for what it has to offer before you all start trolling me. So I really look forward to that. I know that this game also features the Prowler, which you get to play as a Palico. I want to address this right away. I do not think the Palico is considered a weapon, even though it's a weapon choice. In Monster Hunter lore, there is a set number of weapons. Prowler is not a weapon. So the Prowler is not part of my pledge. Am I going to try to solo Bloodbath Diablos with a Prowler? Absolutely. And also as part of this pledge of growth, I encourage all of you who may be on your own Monster Hunter journey to let's get out of our comfort zone. Pick up a weapon you may not be familiar with or that scares you, and join me as we progress together. I'm going to be on this game for many, many months. And so we're going to be playing a lot of multiplayer. And if you want to join in some multiplayer hunts, either with me or the community, and you just want to get good at a new weapon, now's the time to do it before Monster Hunter Wild drops. And then there's all sorts of new options for us to choose from. So I really look forward to doing this pledge. I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be the right level of challenge to keep me motivated. And it's just going to be fun to track, like, all right, he's killed that one with the one weapon. Oh, another thing is I've heard that there are levels to X's or deviants or whatever these things are. I'm not counting those. I don't know what they mean. All I'm saying is I just have to kill Bloodbath Diablos. If that is in his easiest form, hey, that's fine. I don't need to go max hard or do anything else. Will I explore anything outside of that? I'm not going to gun it to Bloodbath Diablos. I do want to see just about everything this game has to offer content-wise, so I will be dabbling around, checking out what the content is, and really, the Bloodbath Diablos fight is just a proof to myself of, okay, I know how to use this weapon because I can kill this thing, so off we go. So let me know what you think about the pledge, if it's good, if it's bad, if I'm an idiot, and I will see you on the next journal or on stream where you may help or hinder me. Until next time, keep it classy.